Something strange is happening in ODM party, and any keen political observer should have noted it. Yesterday, Uhuru Odinga and Junet Mohammed held a meeting with Kakamega leaders led by Wycliffe Ambetsa Paranya and Baraza. And today, ODM party invited applicants for all positions, including the presidency. Allow me to ask you this question. Do you think ODM party of Uhuru Odinga's wing can actually sponsor a presidential candidate in 2027? For me, I don't think that's possible. But there's a hidden reason why they invited those applicants. And that's exactly what I want to reveal to you guys. And it's actually related to the meeting which took place yesterday between Oparanya, Oburu, Junet, Baraza, and the MPs from Kakamega. And it's explosive. Before I do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second and click the subscribe button. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what Gladys Wanga posted today. Wanachungwa, mko tayari? As we prepare for the next phase of leadership, we welcome committed men and women ready to serve with integrity, champion devolution, and stand firm with the rights of all Kenyans. ODM is not just a political party. It is a family that believes leadership is about service, not privilege. To every aspiring leader who wants to make a difference, this is the party to be in. Register today and be part of shaping Kenya's future. Now let me read for you this expression of interest by ODM party. ODM is saying here, pursuant to Article 61, one of the ODM Constitution, as read together with Rule 7 and Part 8 of the party's elections and nominations rules, the National Elections Coordinating Committee hereby invites applications from interested party members seeking to contest in the 2027 general election on the ODM party ticket for the following elective positions. Number 1, President. Number 2, Governor. Number 3, Member of the Senate, County Women Rep, Member of the National Assembly, Member of the County Assembly. Requirement: applicant must be a registered voter. Interested, you can go there. But the part which you want is the one for the presidency. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think ODM party is inviting applications, including that of the presidency? Number 1, in my view, and this is something which should worry Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki, ODM party is laying the ground to demand for the position of the running mate. I'm saying this because the meeting yesterday between Oburu, Oparanya, and Junet was not coincidental, because Oparanya has been keeping off ODM affairs. Then Oparanya went to Kakamega, he went to Busia, he went to Bungoma. And this message was one, that it's not very difficult to sell William Ruto because ODM is chasing people from the party. Why do you think Oparanya did that? He wanted to get the limelight. And for me, I think he was actually sent to go and do that. Now, the truth is, ODM has now identified Oparanya, and they are going to push Oparanya to become William Ruto's running mate. Why would they do that? William Ruto needs to secure his second term. For William Ruto to secure his second term, he must get the votes. Mount Kenya is being locked by Rigathi Gachagua. Western Kenya is also being locked by the emergence of Edwin Sifuna. But if you talk of Western Kenya, where are the votes? The votes from Western Kenya comes from Kakamega. And Oparanya comes from Kakamega. There is no surety that Sifuna will be on the ballot. If Sifuna will not be on the ballot, it means he will be a running mate to Kalonzo, unless he will be on the ballot. And if he's going to be a running mate to Kalonzo, Oparanya will be running mate to Ruto, so that Oparanya will be used to try and lock Kakamega, and probably try and lock places like Busia. for William Ruto to win a bit of the support from the Luhya nation. This will not work if Edwin Sifuna is a presidential candidate. So I think ODM party in their own wisdom has realized that for them to win the support of the Western region, they must demand for the position of the running mate, and Oparanya is the one. And Oparanya cannot do that if he's in fighting, constant fighting with his governor. And that's why they were brought together. When you see Junet Mohammed in something, then you must know that is a mission. So they are trying to demand the position of the running mate for Oparanya. Number one. Number two, the idea of announcing that they want applicants for the presidency is actually intended to bait the rebels like Orengo. Orengo has already declared that he wants to run for the presidency. And the ground he was doing this was because he believed that ODM was not going to produce a presidential candidate. And it was selling. How can a big party like ODM not produce a presidential candidate? That was his message. Now ODM has said, we are allowing you the chance. If you want to be the president, apply. Remember, Orengo, from all indications, is leaving ODM party. Then he's being challenged. That, okay, the party, you are free to apply. So in my view, I think it could be a strategy to stop Orengo and the group from using the presidency to win the support. ODM is now saying, anybody who wants to run, you can come. A bait for them. Number three, it could also be a strategy to make ODM party active once again. You see, when Raila Odinga was a presidential candidate, it was easy to sell ODM party. It was easy to make ODM active. Raila would go to a place, say he will be running. But after his death, I think the supporters lost hope. The leaders forgot what they were meant to do. And the party was dying. So after this announcement, I want you to notice or observe two people, maybe three. John Mbadi, observe Joho, and observe Oparanya. These three people will start traversing their regions with the message that they're running for the presidency. In fact, I'm removing Gladys out of the picture because during yesterday's event, attended by Oburu and Junet, she was not there. Why? Because if they want to say we want to run for the presidency, then they'll negotiate for the deputy. Gladys is qualified and her name keeps on coming up. So the reason she was left out is because they wanted to convince Oparanya. So the strategy is to make ODM active. These leaders will start moving. Joho na watu wake Pwani. Oparanya will start moving in Western, convincing them that, Oparanya is going to be the deputy president. Joho will go there. I want to be the president. Nikimisio, deputy. Already Mbadi is moving. He was in Nairobi. He will start moving across the country. And number four, this is a strategy for them to raise their stakes during negotiation. Number four, in my view, this is a strategy to raise their stakes during the negotiating table. The truth is, ODM is a very big political party. You can't just ignore it. There is no way William Ruto can say he's running for the presidency without telling ODM party what they want. But the problem is, ODM party as we speak is split. So it was possible for William Ruto to challenge them that, okay, where are your numbers? Because most of your supporters have gone with Sifuna. Now, this is the thing they want now to do. They want to start campaigning, moving around, raise the stakes, so that when they sit on the table, if they are asked their numbers, then they can challenge the president. If you don't want, let us negotiate with, let's say, Kalonzo Musyoka. And importantly, it's about strategy to attract aspirants. ODM without aspirants, ODM without a presidential candidate cannot attract aspirants. The reason why Sifuna and the group are thriving is because they've sold the hope and they've sold the idea that they're going to run for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya in 2027. There was no way ODM party was going to attract aspirants if they don't have a presidential candidate. So for example, with Joe claiming that he's running for the presidency, Oparanya, and you see sometimes this thing might actually go up to the wire. Then towards the tail end now, they identify the presidential candidate, then the candidate now negotiate with the president. So the truth is, they want to attract more aspirants. I don't know what to think. That's my take. But something happened. Rigathi Gachagua addressed an explosive press statement, issued a press statement today. That's a statement that I'm listening to it very keenly, but it's explosive. I'm coming up with its analysis. If not later, maybe tomorrow morning. Till next time, Makwiny.